Look at your screen. You'll see on the left side right there, that's what the area looked like just a few hours ago with the statue intact. On the right side, a live look at what it looks like now. The top of the base of that statue, gone.
Yeah, well, that started at about 11:30 last night, and it's now just a little bit after 5 now, so a several hour-long process still in the works. In fact, they're in the 5th and we assume the final stage of the removal of the monument, getting the last part of the base. You can see right there, the crane is still working to get in position. They're getting it underneath what is, I'm told from Huntsville Police, about 10,000-pound slab that was at the very base of this Confederate monument.
As the monument continues to be removed, the next step in the process is where it will be relocated. And that's where we find WAAY 31's Ashley Carter live just outside Maple Hill Cemetery. And that's where a concrete slab was already poured at the Confederate Cemetery within Maple Hill. Ashley, what can you tell us about the plans to relocate that monument there?
Well, Pat, like you just said, the monument's new home is going to be here at Maple Hill Cemetery. Now, as you can see, the city already has a plaque and a plot here ready for it.
We actually asked Commissioner Henry Malone about that and other unanswered questions. This is what he had to say. When asked about why the monument was removed in the middle of the night, he said, quote, "Done this time for safety, you would need to see the scope of equipment to get a full picture." And when we asked about a potential fine, the commissioner said all logistics surrounding the move are being handled by the city of Huntsville.
It is still a fluid situation. We're watching the progress of the statue coming off piece by piece off of where it stood in front of the courthouse. But as you mentioned, not everyone that was out here was celebrating the statue's removal. In fact, one man was holding a sign that read, quote, "Let us vote on Confederate monument," end quote. As you mentioned, he was in the minority of folks who came out overnight to witness the historic move.
We're taking a live look at Maple Hill Cemetery this Friday morning. Within the last 10 minutes, a truck with the remnants of the Madison County Confederate Monument is currently on its way there. Now this after crews spent hours removing it from outside the courthouse. On the left side of your screen right there is what that area looked like just a few hours ago with the statue intact. On the right side, a live look now of what it looks like at this moment.
And I wanted to zoom in a little bit closer to downtown Huntsville, closer where they are moving the monument right now, closer to the courthouse, and then all the way to Maple Hill Cemetery. A little bit of a slowdown closer to the courthouse right now, as you would expect.
So, Pat, actually just right now, I'm just seeing the truck with the remnants of the Confederate monument moving up the road, getting ready for its new home. Now, before we weren't sure of the timeline, being that it is the Mayor Battle's wife's funeral this morning, but it looks like the truck is going to go ahead and drop off the Confederate monument to its new home.
One of the lieutenants with Huntsville Police who we spoke with out here said they hope to have the statue re-erected at the cemetery by noon today. That's the timeline that they're working on. He said, though, it's been a learning process because the statue has been here for so long. They didn't have a blueprint for how to take it apart or put it back together, so they're learning as they go with this historic move.
From Madison County Courthouse all the way to Maple Cemetery, it arrived at Maple Hill Cemetery just moments ago. Within the last 5 minutes, the Madison County Confederate Monument arrived at Maple Hill Cemetery. Let's get right out to WAAY 31's Ashley Carter, right near the spot where that monument will actually be placed. Ashley, what are you seeing?
Well, right now, there are some crew workers just behind me working to get this monument put down in its new home. Now, I'm a little bit further back because officers say I cannot get too close to them, so I'm going to take a step behind my camera to try to give you guys a better view at what is going on. Now, if I just take some time to zoom in on them right here, you can see that they are preparing to set the Confederate monument down.
We have breaking news right now. Within the last 5 minutes, we are hearing now from the city of Huntsville after the Madison County Confederate Monument was removed overnight. In a statement, the city administrator says, quote, "We started mobilizing overnight to make as much progress as possible before businesses open in the morning and traffic resumed." He also said, "We hope to complete the move in one day, but our primary focus is on safety and securely moving that monument."
Crews are working right now to place that monument down in its new home at Maple Hill Cemetery. We're expecting them to be here at least for the next couple of hours.
Happening now, we're still tracking a developing story out of Huntsville. You're taking a look now at brand new video of the Confederate monument at its new home at Maple Hill Cemetery.
County Commission Chairman Dale Strong recently informed the city that he believed they found a legal way to move that statue. Under Alabama law, monuments and memorials that are more than 40 years old can't be moved. Cities that do move them face a $25,000 fine.
I was there as crews were moving that monument to Maple Hill Cemetery, and people who lived in the surrounding areas were coming out of their house, taking pictures and bringing their kids outside to witness the historic moment.
Will is live at Maple Hill Cemetery, where the monument now stands. And, Will, what do we know about this legal action?
Yeah, that's right, Dan. The motion was filed by Heritage Protection of North Alabama, as well as United Daughters of the Confederacy. They were trying to stop the monument from being moved here, where it now stands at Maple Hill Cemetery. So, according to their motion, they say that moving the monument here was a violation of the 2017 Alabama Monument Protection Act.
She's live outside the Madison County Courthouse, where local organizers spent months protesting and asking for the commission to move that monument. Ashley Carter has been covering this story since the overnight hours. Ashley, I know you spoke with event organizers. What did they tell you?
Well, people have come here throughout the day to see this empty area just behind me where the monument once stood.
WAAY 31's Will Robinson-Smith has been talking with local and state officials about how this was pulled off and what may come next. Will?
Well, Madison County Commissioner Jess Henry Malone tells us that the movement of the monument here to Maple Hill Cemetery, that was done legally, and he points to a provision in the 2017 Alabama Monument Preservation Act for how the commission was able to make this move.
A couple people I spoke with told me that this is only the first step to igniting the change that they want to see in the city, but they said they're taking today to celebrate what they are calling a major victory, and they made sure they were out here in the early morning hours to watch the monument come down.
WAAY 31's Brecken Terry picks up our team coverage. She joins us live outside the Lauderdale County Courthouse after speaking with activists. Brecken, what did they tell you?
Activists here in Florence have sought the removal of this monument, this Confederate monument here in front of the county courthouse for years, and they've actually held consistent protests the last 20 weeks in favor of relocating it, but so far nothing has been done.
We begin with WAAY 31's Will Robinson-Smith. He was the first reporter downtown when the work to remove that statue started. He joins us now from its new home with what the process was like and how the community responded. Will?
Well, Dan and Naja, many in the community say the Confederate monument is now where it is most appropriate in Huntsville, among the Confederate soldiers who are buried here at Maple Hill Cemetery. However, some who turned out this morning to watch the monument's relocation here were not celebrating.
The Attorney General's office says it is currently reviewing the removal of the monument and will, quote, pursue enforcement of the law. Now, that could result in that $25,000 fine.
The Confederate monument in downtown Huntsville relocated, but it could come at a price.
Hell yeah.
Cheers rise up in downtown Huntsville early this morning as the 115-year-old Confederate monument outside the Madison County Courthouse is dismantled.
It was just amazing to just see finally the hard work that people have put in. They just stuck with the fight, and this is just the end result of that. I'm so proud that I'm able to be in this moment, you know, with the people who have worked so hard.
The monument now stands where many in the community have said is most appropriate, among the Confederate soldiers buried at Maple Hill Cemetery. Months of protests, some violent, led up to this day. Different organizations calling on the county commission to move the monument. But was it within the county's rights to move it? State law, the Memorial Preservation Act of 2017, says no. But Madison County Commissioner Jess Henry Malone disagrees. He told WAAY 31 the move was legal under a provision of the act. Over the summer, the commission sent a request to the Preservation Committee for a waiver so the county could move the statue. Malone said because no action on the waiver was taken within 90 days, the statue could be legally moved. A last-ditch effort by Heritage Protection of North Alabama and United Daughters of the Confederacy to keep the statue in place was denied by a Madison County Circuit Court judge.
I'm glad this is over. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step, and we're at the end of it as far as this monument's concerned.
Well, maybe not. The Alabama Attorney General's office told us it's reviewing the removal. It said, quote, "We intend to pursue enforcement of the law."